All right. So, guys, let's begin. Now, let us look at the further thing before we continue further with exception. There are some more things we will have to focus on. And what is that is, without class upcasting and downcasting concept, we will not be able to learn further exception, which is class cast exception, and that comes under runtime. You can check this here. Open class cast exception. Let's go to exceptions concept. Right click, new, I'll create a class. Let's create a class here, A. And now I'm going to write here, class cast exception, and we'll open that up. Class cast exception. Press Control key, open. See, this is a child class of what? So this comes under what category, guys? It comes under runtime exception class category. So now, in order to learn this, firstly, you will have to learn what is class upcasting. Now, class upcasting is a process where the parent class reference variable will hold child class object's address. Parent class reference variable will hold child class object's address. Example, see this here now. Now I have this class A. I will create here another class B, and let me create here another class C. Now we have class A, class B, and then class C. Now understand, in this case, we have class A, class B, and C. So let me make A as parent of B, and let me make C as extends parent of C as child of A, and B as child of A. So A is the parent of. Now what is upcasting is, I can create parent reference variable and store child class object's address into it. This process of storing child class object's address into parent reference variable is upcasting. Advantage 1 is, right now in A1, I am storing address of B. Now the same reference variable, I can also store address of C. So can I say there is a reusability of reference variable? With upcasting, the same reference variable can hold any child object's address. Can I tell that? This A1 is holding address of B. Same A1 is holding address of. So am I able to reuse this? Yes or no? What do you say this? Say about this, guys. Yeah? Hi, Anna. So read here now. Firstly, the first thing that you see here is this now. Here we store child class object's address into parent class reference variable, so that reference variable becomes reusable. Class A is a child class of what? B, and then after A is a child class of what? C. Child class of what? C. 1 minute, huh? Child class of C. Okay. Right. Now, the next thing we people are going to now look at how we can implement polymorphism for multiple child classes. Okay? How we can implement polymorphism for multiple child classes using same reference variable. So what I'll do now, I'll develop a display method in A. Let's go here, paste this here. There's a display method which says I am inside class A. The next one, let's write class B extends A. Let's override. I'm overriding it. Okay? Which is polymorphism. So in class B, we are doing overriding. Make sense? Class A and class B extends, we are overriding. File is not saved. Save the file. Okay? Now, next one. Now I'm going to go to class C and again I will override. So all I'm doing here is now, I'm going ahead and overriding it. So this A method I'm overriding here. This method I'm overriding here. Now when I write A1.display, which method is it going to call? Which one is it calling? A is holding which object's address? So which is display method present in B? This one. What will it print? Now here, what address I'm storing? So if I now write A1.display, what will it print? Am I reusing the variable? Yes? Yes or no? So this is what we have done here. Now why do we do it? To reuse the parent class reference variable for multiple child class objects. The advantage of this is, with upcasting when I do polymorphism, I can reuse the same reference variable for multiple child class objects. To enable polymorphism on multiple child classes. If you observe, we have not achieved polymorphism just on C. Polymorphism we are achieving on B as well as on what? C. So there is multiple polymorphism happening. To write generic flexible code that works with different subclasses. So this will give us more flexibility. You need not keep changing the reference variable now and then. Is this clear? Okay. Now we are going to look at the next keyword in Java, instance of. What is instance of? So here, which child object's address is present in it? I want to check that. What I want to check, tell me. In this A1, which child object's address is present in it? I want to check that. So I'm going to use here, okay, A1 instance of B. What it says, does A1 has an instance of B? Meaning, does A1 has object of B? And if A1 really has object of B, this will return true. This will only check, does A1 has which class object's address present in it? And based on that, it will return true or false. But if I now store C, A1 instance of B, true or false? This is just a checking mechanism, very simple keyword. Did you understand now? Might be beneficial further. Okay, so what is instance of keyword? It checks which class instance is present in A1. Instance means object. Which class instance is present in it. Okay, now we have class A, class B, class C, and that is what we have done. A1 instance of B, that is printing what? True. Did you understand upcasting? We will learn more things about upcasting in a while further. But now let us look at downcasting. What is downcasting? Upcasting is parent reference variable stores child class object's address. What is upcasting? Parent reference variable holds child class object's address. Then what is downcasting? Reverse of it. Child class reference variable will hold parent class object's address. Let's try this here. Now what we will do, whenever you are doing downcasting, there are certain rules. You cannot perform the downcasting the way you want. Example, I will now do downcasting. Is C is a child reference variable? Do you agree with that? Is A a parent? Do you agree with that? Now because it's downcasting, if I directly do it like this, error is gone. But when I run this program, you will see an exception called as class cast exception. This exception will occur when you do downcasting in this way. You should never do downcasting this way. What way? Directly going ahead and giving the class name here. If you try to do this now, this will give you a class cast exception. Invalid downcasting when performed, we get class cast exception. Now if I give here that downcast that to C, error is gone. But when I run the program, as it's a runtime exception, when I run the program, it picks .class file and it gives me one exception, class cast exception. Then sir, how to do downcasting? So the rule for downcasting is first do upcasting and then do downcasting. You cannot directly do downcasting. What is the rule? First do upcasting and then after that do downcasting. Correct? See this here now. So to perform downcasting, firstly do upcasting and then perform downcasting. Like you see here. A1 is equal to new A. First I am doing upcasting. Then I will do downcasting like this. First I will write A1 is equal to new C. New C. Upcasting. Now I will check firstly what is present in A1. I'll firstly check what is present inside A1. If A1 has the object's address of C, then this will return true. And if it is true, then I have to do the downcasting. So this is the variable which I have to downcast now. This is parent now. So to downcast, I will write C1 is equal to A1, in which upcasting was done. And now you can write here C. And if you now print done, see there is no error. Did you understand? Whenever you do downcasting, first do upcasting, then downcasting. Let's try with B. Come on, you help me out. Now B is a child class, A is a parent class. This one. What will you start with? Upcasting first. So A1 is equal to, then better check what is present in A1, a good practice, and then first upcasting done, A1, downcast that to, downcast that to, and here we are going to write down, and then after, did you understand? Upcasting then downcasting. Now we'll learn more about it. Everyone able to follow, online, offline students, please comment once. If yes, I can then proceed further. We'll see that where we will keep using this a lot further. Multiple places we are going to use this. Can I continue further? Okay. Right. Now the next thing we guys are going to now look at some more examples related to downcasting. Now see, I'm developing class A. Can you tell me what is present in class A? What's present in class A? Huh? What's present? Display method is present. What is it printing? Inside class A. So can we go here and now go to this class A and put this method here? I need not type this. By now at least you are clear about it. Correct? That much understanding you people have developed it, I'm assuming. Okay? Now go to B. Now what's happening in B? What's happening in B? Huh? I have show B method. I have show B method. And then in class C, inside class, huh? So let's go here. C, open that up, paste this here, done. Okay. So show A, we have display method in A, we have show B, and then show C. And then I'll build one main class where I will start working on our complete coding. Okay, now that we know what is present in these classes, I'll create a main class with a main method and I will do my coding here. Let me type main and we'll start the coding here. So what does class A has got? Tell me. What does class A has got? Class A has got display method. What is class B having? Show B. And class C? Very good. Now what I'm going to do? I'm going to build one static method. Can you tell me what I have to supply to the static method? Can you quickly observe and tell me? Can you tell me what is the argument that I'm supplying to this particular method? Huh? What are we supplying to process object method? Loudly or to tell me. Object address. Only a object address I can supply, then you're all wrong. Then why did I teach you now upcasting and downcasting? Huh? Why did I teach you that then? I can supply any child object's address and even class A. Yes or no? Then why you said I can supply only A now? B is a child of A, C is a child of A. I can supply A object address, I can supply B object's address, I can supply C. Advantage of upcasting. If upcasting was not there, I could not reuse this. The same method can now accept any child object's address. Is this clear? Okay. Now, what is the next thing? Now we are going to here write the further code. So what does this consist of? You need to check and then do the downcasting. Example, if this obj has instance of B, then the downcasting has to happen for. If this obj has instance of B, which means upcasting has already happened. Since you are supplying here, I will call this way. I can directly call with the method name also, since it's a static method. Correct? I will now supply new B. I will now supply new B. New B object's address is copied to obj. Upcasting already done. After upcasting, you can do downcasting. Correct? No? Upcasting already done. Do you agree with that? All of you? Yes. Now this object's address present here, I will now obj instance of B, true. If true, do downcasting. Obj, and you are downcasting that to B, B1 and type here B. Is this clear? And then you will write down B1 dot display show B. Make sense? Everyone, since it has object's address of B, I'm able to call the method of B. Okay, method of B. Next one. We will use else if. Right? For now, I'll use only if condition. Since we don't know else if. If OBJ is instance of C, further I'll teach you all these conditional statements. Okay? So if this is true, you will enter if condition. If this is false, the code within if block will not run. Okay, BCom people and other non-technical students. Okay? Now here, which is the object's address I'm going to supply to this now? This is C. So what I will do now? I will type here C1 is equal to, and typecast that to what? C. Then you write down C1 dot show. Very good. Okay? And I'll directly, now if you further write it like this, else if, what will happen? If this is true, this will run. If it is false, then it will check here true, this will run. If this is also false condition, this is also false condition, then directly it will go to else part. Did you understand? Now here, directly, which means this has object's address of A only. So abj dot display. Did you understand? Now see how this code is being reused. Supply C, it will give you. Now let's apply B, it will give you. If I give A, it will now show. Look at the method reference variable. Multiple objects addresses it is capable of storing it. Did you understand this example? हाँ ना. अब पेड बैच कन्वर्ट होने का टाइम आ गया है. अब मैं पूरा क्लास डेमो नहीं दे सकता हूं. Got it? So people be prepared. Keep the apps ready because I've spent sufficient time and I've given sufficient time for you to analyze whether you should join or not without forcing anyone. Yes, sufficient time was given. Now beyond this, we cannot give further time now. Okay, now why we give so much of time? Reason, I don't want any wrong admissions to happen here. One is not able to learn, better he leaves before only. Because I cannot train him, he cannot learn, let him find a better profession which suits him. Now we are left with audience with consistency or able to follow my classes. That's why they are coming daily. It's not because they paid the fees. They're still attending my classes because they're able to understand the classes, which means now this is the set of audience who will be taking the classes. Is this clear? Everyone? Sure? Okay. So now let us continue further. Now ABC can delete. Okay, sir, ABC class delete. How can you access? What delete? I did not get your question, Shivam. Display. You wanted to tell how ABC class can access display. I think he did a typo. Ha. That is what we will see further. Now, we have one important catch here. Upcasting, we can access only parent class members. समझे क्या? When you do upcasting, you can access only. You cannot access. Which means whenever you do upcasting, get ready. 1 minute. Huh? Right. Everyone got this part? Now, using upcasting, we can access only parent class members. We cannot access observe here. Let's do one thing. I'll delete. I'll delete. Now, I'll keep your main method directly. Okay. Now, I'm doing upcasting. Okay. A1 is equal to new B. Is it upcasting? It is storing object's address of what? B. But my question is, when I now type A1 dot, I'm able to access display. Correct? Am I able to access the child object's address? Method A1 dot show B. A. We are storing object address B, no? Then why do you want to call show C? What is it giving? What do you understand by this? Whenever upcasting is done, only parent class method you are able to access. See, though I did upcasting, you are storing child object's address. But in upcasting, only parent method is accessible. The child method is not accessible. Did you understand? This is what the point here is. Read this clearly. Now, after updating, after upcasting, to access child class member, there's a typo. After upcasting, to access child class members, we have to perform, which means if you want to access the method of B now, you have to do downcasting. How do we do downcasting? Now try accessing. Are you able to see? Yes. Did you understand this important rule? We will all use things in the project work, but next class I will continue with arrays concept. 16th class 4000 lines is touched already. Are you understanding? 4000 lines of notes हमने touch कर दिया है in 16th class of Java with zero writing. But your efforts after you go back home, 3 to 4 hours if you give properly, then only you will become thorough. Are you understanding? अभी तो बाकी है. आप अभी अगर माथा बेंच पे रख दोगे तो आगे का पढ़ाई कैसे होगा? अभी तो 26,000 लाइंस ऑफ नोट्स पेंडिंग है. कितना? 26,000 लाइंस ऑफ नोट्स इज पेंडिंग. जॉब लेना इतना आसान नहीं है. नीदर फॉर यू, नीदर फॉर मी. Because for me, every batch I have to cover the syllabus. Are you understanding? 30,000 plus lines of notes, then job. And if you do not practice, there will be a problem. Are you understanding? Yes? Any doubts? Any doubts? क्या डाउट पूछ रहे थे उसे? अरे मुझसे पूछ लो, उसके पास भी जॉब नहीं है. आप उसको पूछोगे, आपकी भी जॉब नहीं लगेगी फिर. डाउट्स मुझसे पूछो. आप फ्रेंड से पूछोगे या फ्रेंड्स को कुछ भी बताओगे, उसके पास जॉब नहीं हो, आपकी जॉब भी ले लेगा फिर देखना. बिकॉज ऑल आर अनएम्प्लॉयड. यस और नो? कुछ डाउट है? समझ आ रहा है क्लासेस सभी को? ओके, बेस्ट ऑफ लक गाइस. हाँ, उसको भी ले डूबेगा. हाँ, ये चालू हो गया. हाँ, अब ये अपना चैट खत्म हो जाएगा. फ्रॉम प्रोफेशनल इट विल बिकम अनप्रोफेशनल. चैट्स को सिर्फ प्रोफेशनल के लिए यूज करो, बेनिफिट ज्यादा रहेगा. सर, व्हाई यू नॉट टेक इंस्टेंस ऑफ रीसेंट एग्जांपल? आई कैन डू दैट. इट्स अ गुड प्रैक्टिस. You can use your instance of, I did a shortcut. It's always good that you use instance of do the checking then use it. अच्छे से पढ़ाई करो. इतना भी कठिन नहीं है जॉब लेना. If you're consistent, focus, जॉब ले लोगे. Questions from students, play students. our syllabus. That's it. Don't do anything extra. Some students will come and ask, should I study this extra? Should I learn something on YouTube? No. You're wasting your time and energy. Place students are giving questions. Our syllabus, out of 10 interviews, 7 interviews syllabus will match. I will not say 10 on 10. Now you think, if you're smart enough, do you want to put so much of efforts for those 3 interviews? And every interview, 70% answers given, you're selected. Don't give wrong answer. They ask you some question, don't know an answer, directly tell, sorry sir, I don't know about it. I never got an opportunity to work on this concept. They're okay. If you try to use chat GPT and give the answer, they'll immediately catch this. They'll say, okay, we'll get back to you. They'll never get back. They are now smart enough. Immediately they catch. Because chat GPT answers are like, obviously by the time it comes on chat GPT, you'll pause. They'll ask question, you'll ask, what? By then your friend is searching on chat GPT. Then you will read, you will understand he's reading from somewhere. So practicing is important. Bye. Tomorrow class will happen 99%. Be ready. Because morning batch should not have any problem, as it gets over by before 11 only. So I should come and take the classes. 18th, 19th, 20th, I'm giving holiday. People make use of the holidays to study. You don't waste time. Is this clear? Okay. And 21st, I'll resume the classes again. वैसे भी आपके सारे फ्रेंड्स तो चले गए बहुत सारे. लैब तो पूरा का पूरा मतलब गांव चले गए लोग. ओके. बट स्टडीज करते रहो, क्योंकि जाना आना टाइम पूरा वेस्ट हो जाएगा. दैट कंसिस्टेंसी विल बी गॉन.